So please tell us your name and your roll number for this exam.
Sir, my name is Omkar-Aarohan.
And your roll number for this exam.
Um, my roll number, 1 minute, sir. So my roll number is um, 400665.
Okay, fine. So now, without mentioning your name and roll number, please give us a brief introduction. You can switch off the camera also, because it will take
Okay.
more, bandwidth and network
Data.
resources.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Okay. Okay, sir.
yes.
Sir, I have done my B.Ed from Regional Institute of Education, Bhubaneswar. I have done my MSc from North Odisha University, Baripada. I am now currently working as a science teacher in Harichandanpur Government High School, which comes under the administration of Harichandanpur block of Keonjhar district. Apart from the teaching part of my job, I am also given responsibility to run a code club in my school.
Okay. What are your hobbies?
So my hobby is to draw pictures, especially pencil sketches, and I also create 2D animation at a beginner level.
Okay. So this creating of animation, you have taken some institutional training for it.
No, sir. I just got to YouTube. I saw a couple of lessons.
Okay.
I'm trying my hands out.
Okay. So whatever you are having your hobbies, okay, what are the qualities or the virtues that you have learned from your hobbies? Number one, and second, how these values and qualities will help you in your career as a educational administrator.
Sir, firstly, in the National Education Policy 2020, the technology is given top priority to be integrated in education. My hobby is to make 2D animation, and it helps me to create a lot of interactive e-content, which I usually use to create a lot of e-content and shows to my students so that they can get a better understanding of what they are learning. And as a science and as a science student and learner of science student, I am free from biases, free from prejudice, and have a preoccupied mindset. That these things are helping me in my profession immensely, sir.
Okay. So, any special achievements that you have mentioned in your DF?
Sir, I do blood donation twice a year, and I have also awarded in university level for a seminar titled Melatonin Reduction and Cancer.
Okay. So, how many years of experience you are having? You said that you are teaching in a school. So, how many years of experience you are having in teaching?
Sir, I have been teaching for 1.5 years.
Okay. So, tell me, whatever you have seen in this 1.5 years, according to you, what are the three most important problems our school education system is facing in Odisha? That is first part of the question. And second part is, suppose you are given the power and the resources to solve these three problems, so what steps will you take to solve them?
Sir, from my experience, I can say when government launch a policy, the policy is of generic type, it's of general type. But when we implement the policy in the grassroots level to the school level, we have to cater the local needs. Due to a rigid due to a rigid policy, and there is not much scope for teachers to change this policy or to modify this policy. A lot of policy cannot be implemented in school. Another problem I am seeing is the divide of nature of the professions of school staffs. There are 5 to 6 type of staffs in a school. Some are contractual staffs, some are regular staffs, some are vocational outsourcing staffs. So there is I can observe there is a lack of unity in school, and school is an organization where staffs must work together for a common goal. And due to this divide in their profession, a lot of problems arise in school where they do not work properly, and a lot of goals are getting impacted. If I become an OES officer, I will modify the policy. I will modify the policy to cater the local needs. If, for example, if government launches a policy to implement ICT education in a school and the teachers are not trained in ICT, I will ask the teachers. I will suggest the teachers to enroll themselves with online platforms like Swayam and Diksha to train themselves in basic IT literacy, and then implement this policy in their school.
Okay, fine. So you can now present your presentation. Okay, within 5 6 minutes, and after that we will have some questions on your presentation. So you can start.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sir, as we know, ICT means information and communication technology. And implementation of ICT in education is important because education is all about information and knowledge, and communication of that knowledge from one generation to the next generation. In the National Education Policy 2020, the relationship between ICT and education is defined as bidirectional because they impact each other. Yeah, if I talk about my state, Odisha did a commendable job during pandemic. It created a lot of e-contents, video lectures, and broadcasted it through YouTube and Doordarshan TV. Odisha also launched its own Android application named the Madhu application, which is an equivalent application to NCRT's Diksha application. It is a dedicated application for e-content, video lectures, quizzes, and question answers. But after the pandemic, the government of Odisha run a post-COVID analysis and found that a lot of students could not avail this facility due to lack of smartphones and internet facility. So government came up with another program called Learning Recovery Program and Learning Recovery Program application, through which a teacher can diagnose the damage during the pandemic, can teach and assess the progress of the learner. If I come to the infrastructure part under 5T transformation project, government is installing ICT infrastructures in school rapidly. If I talk about the UDS plus data, the number of schools having computer facility has been increased from 14% to 17%, and the number of schools having internet facility has increased from 2% to 8%, which is still less than the national average, that is 34%. But for a year, it's a huge jump. But when we are talking about ICT infrastructure development, there is a question arise: are the teachers well equipped and well trained to use, maintain, and manage this infrastructure? Unfortunately, a lot of teachers in our state do not have basic ICT skills to use this infrastructure. As we can see in the past, a lot of teachers throughout the country faced mental harassment. Some of them even faced sexual harassment during online classes because they didn't know how to use a video conferencing application. To address this issue, Government of Odisha is organizing 5-day capacity building workshops district-wise, so that teachers can get trained how to use hardware, software, and also get basic idea about ICT-based pedagogy. If I talk about the administrative part of the education system, even today we see a lot of DOs, ADOs, and BOs are using WhatsApp as a platform of communication for notices and information. Time has come to realize the potential threats of using WhatsApp. There are chances of spreading fake news, morphed documents, edited documents through WhatsApp, and with WhatsApp group, a lot of privacy issues also arises. That's why I would say it will be good for every district to have their own website through which the notices and information can be conveyed, and also they can publish annual reports through those websites for self-assessment, so that they can implement the policy of governments according to their local needs. So that's all I have to say, sir.
Okay, fine. अच्छा ये जो टॉपिक था अपन चूज कर ले इट्स फाइन इट्स ये बट जो वे रे अपन प्रेजेंट कर ले ओके तारो टिके डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स को देखे देवे फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स से
Again,
व्हिच अप्रोच डिड यू यूज ओके when you presented this okay which is the
again.
teaching approach that you have used okay तो सेटा अपन
Okay, okay.
को मेथड अपन यूज कले राइट
अच्छा,
तो सेटा टिके अपन
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେ ଯୋଉ ତାର theoretical parts ଗୁରା ଅଛି what are the methods
ଆଜ୍ଞା
right
ଆଜ୍ଞା। ସାର୍ ଯଦି ମାନେ ଟିଚିଂ ଟେକ୍ନିକ ଯଦି ଶୋ କରିବାର ଅଛି ତାହେଲେ ସାର୍ ସ୍କୁଲ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ନେଲେ ହେଇପାରିବ ସାର୍?
ହଁ ଆପଣ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଯାହା ବି ଆପଣ ନେଇପାରିବେ କଣ୍ଟେଣ୍ଟ
ମାନେ ସାର୍
ସେମାନେ ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟେଡ ନୁହଁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେମାନେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟେଡ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଷ୍ଟାଇଲ ଅଫ ସ୍ପିକିଂ ଠିକ ଅଛି ସାର୍ ମାନେ ଆପଣ
ସାର୍
କେମିତି
ଆଜ୍ଞା
କହୁଛନ୍ତି which method you are using okay suppose let's say if I
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ask you a question now suppose you want to give you have to teach children with special needs right
ସ୍ପେଶାଲ ନିଡ୍
children
ଆଜ୍ଞା
with special needs को ଆପଣ ପଢେଇବେ ଯଦି children with special needs ତାହେଲେ କୋଉ method ଟା ଆପଣ ୟୁଜ କରିବେ ତ ଏଇ
ଆଚ୍ଛା
ଟାଇପ ର ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିବେ ଏବେ ଆପଣ କୋଉ method ଟା ୟୁଜ କଲେ so you should be knowing that okay ଆଉ ଯଦି
ଓକେ
ଆପଣ
ଓକେ
any topic you ଯୋଉଥିରେ ଆପଣ comfortable you can teach they are not interested they will never be interested in the content ଠିକ ଅଛି ତ they are
ଆଜ୍ଞା
actually interested in how you are delivering ଆଗକୁ ଯାଇକି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ନିଜ କାମରେ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡେ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଦେବା ପାଇଁ ପଡିବ ଠିକ ଅଛି ତ ତ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ସେମାନେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଟିଚିଂ ସ୍କିଲ୍ସ ଯାହା ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ତା ସହିତ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ସ୍କିଲ୍ସ ବି ସେମାନେ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ଠିକ ଅଛି ସୋ
ଓକେ
ୟୁ
ଓକେ
ଚୁଜ ଏନି ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ଯାହା ବି ସବଜେକ୍ଟ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ନେବେ ବଟ୍ it should be related to the school ecosystem school ecosystem ସାଙ୍ଗରେ relate ହବା କଥା
ରିଲେଟେଡ୍ ଆଜ୍ଞା।
okay
ସାର୍
so
ଯଦି
now
ସାର୍ ଯଦି ମୁଁ ସାର୍ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ରିଲେଟେଡ୍ କିଛି ନଉଛି ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ଯେ ମୁଁ ମାନେ ଯୋଉ ଟେକ୍ନିକ ଗୁଡା ଆପଣ କହିଲେ ଯୋଉ ଟିଚିଂ ଟେକ୍ନିକ ଗୁଡା ସେଗୁଡା ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି ଯେ ତା ରିଲେଟେଡ୍ ମୁଁ ଆପ୍ରୋପ୍ରିଏଟ ଆନ୍ସର ଦେଇପାରିବି ଲାଇକ୍ ଯଦି ଗୋଟେ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ମ୍ୟାଟର ମୁଁ ପଢୁଛି ତାହେଲେ ଯୋଉ 5P ଟେକ୍ନିକ ଅଛି ଯୋଉଟା ଗୋଟେ ଯୋଉ ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ଏନଗେଜ ୱିଥ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟସ୍ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲୋର ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ ଏଲାବୋରେଟ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ ଏଇ ଟେକ୍ନିକ ଗୁଡା ୟୁଜ କରିକି ବି କରିପାରିବି ଭାବୁଛି।
କରିପାରିବେ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ okay
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା।
अच्छा तो tell me then what is your opinion regarding the same sex marriages legalization of same sex marriages in India
Sir, same-sex relationship is already has already been allowed through by Supreme Court, but I agree with the Supreme Court in case of same-sex marriage. Supreme Court is denying the same-sex marriage because same-sex marriage has no ending. Because today, same-sex marriage is brought to Supreme Court by this logic that every individual has their independence to choose their mating partner. If today we are talking about same-sex marriage, tomorrow tomorrow some people may stand for polygamy, which can destroy our Indian culture. Some people may say tomorrow that sex with animals can be legalized. So we cannot go so far with this. So I think same-sex relationship is allowed, but same-sex marriage is not relevant in the Indian context.
okay so suppose you are the headmaster of a school and the government wants to increase the tribal enrollment in your school okay so what are the you have been given that responsibility what are the steps that you will take to ensure the increase in enrollment of tribal students in your school
So the first thing I will do is to engage with the SMDC members, school managing committee member. There are a lot of tribal leaders. The local tribal leaders are in the school managing committee, and they are always happy to help and eager to help with these kind of situation. So and they have control over their locality. So I would first discuss with the SMDC committee. I will raise this issue in SMDC meetings. Then I can organize door to door meetings, door to door meetings, and can convince them by engaging with them with dialogues. And also we can use street plays like Nukkad Natak, and we can use rallies to sensitize with the community to enroll with the school. We can also promote the facilities government is providing for the tribal students, so we can attract more and more tribal people to enroll in the school.
Okay, fine. So, suppose a child with special need has come to your school for admission. So, what are you going to do? Will you allow the admission? Or because
Yes,
your school is a normal school, okay, and if you allow the admission, what steps will you take to ensure that that child gets proper education?
sir, we cannot deny the admission. We have to admit that child because in 2023, in the present time, we are talking about inclusive education. We will definitely admit that child and make special provision for him or her according to according to their problem. For example, if he or she has a disability with their limbs, we can arrange. Government is providing wheelchair to them. If the student will have student having visual empowerment, government have policies to regular check up the student with the medical with the nearby medical, and provide all the necessary visual aid to the student. If the student has a mental problem, mental retardation, then government have also provision to appoint special teachers so that he can teach and take care of the individual need of that student.
Okay, okay, fine. So, according to you, tell me three important qualities that any educational administrator should have.
So firstly, education administrator has an open mind, free from biases and prejudice, has proper knowledge about the ongoing educational trends, having sound knowledge with educational technology. And also, an educational administrator has skills to communicate, to communicate and engage with the community, as well as engage with the teachers of different type of school. As there are different type of schools in the community, different type of teachers in the community, the education administrator should have empathy, should have skills to engage with all type of teachers according to their individual needs.
Okay. So, my last question to you will be related to current affairs. So, currently, our President of India today is in Odisha. You have any news of her?
Yes.
Why she has come to Odisha for a specific purpose?
Mm, sir, I'm not aware of this.
She is coming to attend the birth or the celebration of a great person from Odisha. Just check that. Okay. ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ଦିନ ବି ଇଣ୍ଟରଭ୍ୟୁ ଥିବ ତା ପୂର୍ବ ଦିନ
Okay.
ଆଉ ସେଇ ଦିନର ବି ଟିକେ ଦେଖିଦେବେ କରେଣ୍ଟ ଆଫେୟାର୍ସ ଏମିତି ଗୋଟେ
Uh,
କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ମେ ବି ଆସିଯାଇପାରେ ଓକେ
okay. Okay.
so why is G20 in news in India now?
Why?
G20, you know G20, G20
Yes, yes,
countries.
yes, yes,
Why
yes,
it
sir.
is in news in India
Sir,
with
because
respect to India?
bec- sir, because G20 is this for this year. India has the presidency of G20, and G20 summits are going to happen in different locations of India. And the special events are, and the special events may include news are there that the Russian president might come to India, and as the Ukraine and Russia war is going on, this is the center of attraction of this G20 summit.
Okay, fine. So that will be the end of the interview. Now, coming to the feedback. So, ठीक अच्छे आपनकर flow of speech or answers or content ठीक अच्छे. How do you कहले आपन presentation टा you see if you want to change you can change, if you want to keep it you can keep it. Okay.
Okay.
Mainly they are interested in the style of teaching. Okay. वो method रे आपन पढ़ौचंती, वो style रे आपन पढ़ौचंती.
Methods of teaching.
method टा style टा ଆପଣ କେମିତି ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି ସେଇଟା ସେ ଦେଖିବା ବି ଚାହିଁବେ. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is the thing. And ଆଉ କେତେଟା ଜିନିଷ ହେଲା କି opinion based question ରେ try କରିବେ points ରେ answer ଦେବା ପାଇଁ. My first point is this.
First.
My second point is this. My third point is this. ତାହେଲେ ଟିକେ ସୁବିଧା ହବ. ମାନେ ସେମ୍ ଏକା answer ଟା ହିଁ ଆପଣ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି but ତାକୁ ଟିକେ structural way ରେ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି, structured manner ରେ ଦଉଛନ୍ତି. ତ ସେଥିରେ କଣ ହବ ନା you can expect to get little more marks. Okay. ଅଧିକା ଟିକେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ marks ମିଳିବ.
I guess.
Okay. And ଯଦି ମୁଁ marking କରିବି you will get around 100 out of 150 for today's interview. Okay. ତାକୁ ଆହୁରି 15-20 marks ଆପଣ ବି ବଢେଇ ପାରିବେ. Right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.